We took a bullet train to Guangming District in Shenzhen to visit one of my high school friends. By the time we arrived, it was already late in the afternoon, so the first thing we did was head straight to dinner. She brought us to a restaurant inside this Blue Well shopping mall. It's one of the fanciest and most popular malls in this district. My friend said, these days, more than just buying things, young people really like to dine at the restaurants in the mall. She insisted that we try coconut chicken hot pot, which actually originated in Shenzhen. I know there are lots of different versions of this dish across Guangdong province, but I had no idea its birthplace was right here in Shenzhen. This restaurant felt surprisingly upscale, with the warm lighting and a really modern interior. Even though it was still pretty early for dinner, this place was already packed. While they brought our fresh coconut water to a boil, it was time to make our dipping sauce. This is a table for all the condiments. There were kumquat, cucumber, galangal, cilantro, garlic, and chili. My friend helped me make her so-called most authentic dipping sauce. The two must-have ingredients are kumquat and galangal, and a splash of soy sauce. And then you can customize the rest however you like. While my friend was putting together this dipping sauce, let me tell you a little bit about Guangming District. Shenzhen is made up of 10 districts, but Guangming probably isn't the first one that comes to mind when people visit this city. Most visitors head to places like Futian District, the financial center, Nanshan District, Shenzhen's tech hub, and Luohu District, one of the city's oldest districts, or Yantian District for its beautiful coastline. And compared to all those, Guangming feels way more low-key. My friend told me that people choose to live in Guangming for a completely different reason. It's greener, quieter, and the air feels cleaner, and it's considered one of the best places in Shenzhen to raise a family. And after spending a short time here, I can definitely see what she meant. And as we explore more of Guangming, I think you'll come to understand why. Alright, back to the hot pot. My friend had actually purchased a 4-person set meal through the Meituan app, and I was surprised by how much food was included. It felt like the dishes just kept coming. What made the experience even better was that one of the staff members took care of everything for us. She added each ingredient to the coconut broth in order based on how long each item needed to cook. All we had to do was sit back, chat, and wait for the food to be ready. Honestly, what a luxury. Okay, this is how you eat it. The first step is to drink the soup before eating anything else. Once the coconut water had simmered with the chicken and mushrooms, it turned into one of the most flavorful broth I've ever had. The chicken was cooked perfectly, tender and juicy, and the dipping sauce my friend made for me, it brought everything together. The bright citrus from the kumquat and the subtle spice from the galangal, and the rest of the ingredients took the chicken to a whole new level. Another gem was the clay pot rice. It was topped with the Cantonese-style sweet sausage and shiitake mushrooms, and every bite was packed with savory flavor and that irresistible aroma you only get from rice cooked in a clay pot. But the best part was the crispy rice crust at the bottom. It was golden, crunchy, and full of flavors. That was the best part everyone wanted to grab first. After we had finished most of the chicken, it was time to add the rest of the ingredients. We still had the thinly sliced beef, pork, shrimp paste, and the assorted veggies. And since everything was sliced so thin, it only took a few seconds to cook. This whole meal set cost around $65, which honestly felt like an incredible deal considering how much food we got and how good everything was. If I ever come back to Shenzhen, this would be the very first place I want to eat again. After dinner, we spent a little more time catching up before heading to our hotel for the night. We booked this place through trip.com. It was a bit farther from the shopping mall, the restaurant, and the nearest subway station than I would have liked, but for the price, I really couldn't complain. Walking in, the room had everything we needed: a queen-size bed, a large TV, a 4-people board game table, not because we were planning to play any games, but simply because it gave us a little bit more space to spread out, and plus some complimentary snacks and tea. One thing that stood out to me was the sink area. It was tucked right next to the entrance, which felt a little unusual, and the space was definitely on the tighter side. The bathroom, though, was well laid out. The toilet and shower were separate, and the shower was spacious enough, and all the basic toiletries were provided. Unfortunately, this hotel didn't include breakfast, but for $26 a night in Shenzhen, I thought it offered great value. It wasn't luxurious, but it was clean, comfortable for a short stay. Welcome to day 2. Like I mentioned earlier, there weren't many restaurants near our hotel, so we ended up at this Lanzhou noodle chain restaurant for breakfast. It's more of a fast food style place, and we ordered a stir-fried lamb noodle and a bowl of beef noodle soup. The food was decent, not anything I would make a special trip for, but it was a solid, filling breakfast that will give me plenty of energy for a busy morning ahead. After breakfast, we headed to the Guangming Cultural Center. A few of Guangming's main attractions are all conveniently located in the same area, including the Art Museum, the Guangming District Public Library, and the City Planning Exhibition Hall. This iconic structure is known as the Eye of Guangming. From above, its curved arch and the reflection in the water come together to resemble a giant eye. At night, it's even more stunning when the building lights up and the colorful reflections shimmer across the water. After walking through the giant eye-shaped structure, the space suddenly opened up. Right in front of us were the stunning glass buildings of the public library on the left and the Guangming Art Center on the right. Now, let's check out the Guangming Art Center. As soon as you walked in, you were greeted by a huge open lobby with posters showcasing current exhibitions. The entire space had a modern, clean, and minimalist design. But what immediately caught my eye was the stunning black and white spiral staircase. Soft lights were built into the exterior rim of the staircase. Its gentle glow made the whole staircase look like a piece of art in itself. This art center has 3 floors, and one fun surprise was this photo booth where you could print a poster of yourself for free. The featured exhibition during our visit was called Falling into Qi Lili's Rabbit Hole by artist Zhao Qili. The main character in the paintings was an Alice-like girl with long golden hair and large crystal clear eyes who carried a quiet sense of melancholy. She appeared in all kinds of imaginative scenes, and every painting seemed to tell a different story. Her artwork was inspired by Alice in Wonderland, and the exhibition was filled with surreal paintings and the immersive red and black installations that drew you into its own little fantasy world. Actually, Alice in Wonderland was one of my favorite childhood fantasy books, so walking through this exhibit brought me back to some of the most carefree days of my life. It was such a nostalgic feeling. It was such an amazing show. It reminded me to slow down, be curious, and reconnect with the childlike imagination I often lost as an adult. The library across from the art center is an attraction by itself. It has 7 floors, but we only had the time to explore the first one, which I kind of regret. It's much more than just a library. It has these cozy reading spaces, ergonomic chairs, areas for kids and teens, and plenty of thoughtfully designed spots to relax. After that, we visited Guangming's Urban Planning Exhibition Hall. The exhibition spans 3 floors, and each one tells a different chapter of Guangming's story. The first floor introduces the district today and explains its vision of becoming the world-class science city. And to do that, Guangming is building major research facilities, including a new Shenzhen Science and Technology Museum, large-scale life science research centers, and partnerships with universities. And at the same time, it's designing the district around parks, greenways, and public spaces so innovation and everyday life can grow side by side. Next, we made our way to the second floor, where we get a closer look at how Guangming has evolved over the years. What I found fascinating was how Guangming transformed from a small farming community in the Ming and Qing dynasties to a state-owned agricultural town famous for its pigeon and dairy products, then into a modern urban district, and ultimately into this science city it is today. I also love the lion dance display. As a traditional Guangdong folk art that symbolizes good fortune and has been passed down for generations, it's an important part of Guangming's cultural heritage. As for the third floor, you get a glimpse of what Guangming could look like in the future. There were exhibits about future industries, sustainable city planning, and interactive experiences, including this energy bike and a flying theater that make the whole visit much more fun. I had gained a much deeper appreciation for how Guangming has honored its past while building towards its future. It's not just growing fast, it's trying to balance innovation, green spaces, and everyday life all at the same time. Before we knew it, we had spent the whole morning exploring this area, and honestly, it's so much fun here. I don't know the names of these flowers, but they were in full bloom and they were so beautiful. We headed back to my friend's place for lunch, which I didn't film, and then it was time for our next stop, Hongqiao Park, home to the world's longest suspended pedestrian bridge. Come check it out. We saw this weaving red ribbon even from my friend's apartment, and I've been looking forward to seeing it in person. This park is best known for its iconic red skywalk, a 4-kilometer-long or 2.5-mile pedestrian bridge that winds through the forest like a giant red ribbon. It's one of Guangming's most recognizable landmarks. Covering more than 1,000 acres, which is crazy large, Hongqiao Park is divided into 3 main areas: the entrance zone, the Green Lake Zone, and the Forest Zone, and all of these are connected by this iconic red ribbon. One thing I didn't quite expect to see beneath the bridge was row after row of lychee trees. Guangming has a long history of lychee farming, and the park was designed to preserve many of these existing orchards, so visitors can walk above them while keeping the landscape intact. Another thing I really liked was that there were many entrances and exits every few hundred meters, so you could easily hop off the bridge and explore the forest trails below. Most of the flowers were still in full bloom, while some had already passed their peak. Even so, the park looked absolutely dreamy. The bridge was too long for us to walk the whole thing today, so we decided to make one last stop at the observation tower. My friend told me it had the best panoramic view in the park. The tower is about 5 stories tall. It didn't take too much time before we reached the top. And from the top, we were rewarded with this breathtaking panoramic view. The iconic red bridge stretched gracefully across the rolling hills, with the reservoir shimmering below and Shenzhen's skyline rising in the distance. And seeing the bridge weave through the forest from above really puts its scale into perspective. If you ever make it to Hongqiao Park, I would highly recommend making the climb up here. The view alone is absolutely worth it. And that wrapped up a full day of exploring. In the evening, we met up with my other friend at the Blue Well Mall for dinner. She picked up this restaurant called Podo, a Jeju Island-inspired Korean fusion restaurant known for its beautiful presentation and creative dishes. I am excited to try that. The interior had a modern and minimalist design, but it was quite dim inside. Maybe that was part of the vibe? We got like 7 dishes that night. My friends were seriously spoiling me. Our first dish was this Korean spicy beef clay pot rice. It came with grilled beef cubes, mushrooms, lots of green onions, and a raw egg on top. We had the server help mix everything together for us, and I really loved how all the flavors came together in every bite. Next came their signature dish, the spicy beef cheesy hotpot, loaded with assorted veggies. The rich, melty cheese balanced out the spicy broth really well, and I could see why it's their #1 seller. Then we tried the pan-fried shrimp cake. It had a crispy golden exterior, while the inside was chewy, juicy, and full of shrimp. This had to be the prettiest salad I've ever seen. The fried chicken was perfectly crispy and well seasoned, paired with colorful veggies, fresh herbs, and fruit. It almost looked too pretty to eat. The charcoal grilled pork neck was one of my favorites. It was smoky, tender, and had just the right amount of char from the grill. These cheesy, orange-flavored fried wings were seriously addictive, crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, with a light coating dusted in savory cheese seasoning. The last dish was the sizzling beef. The beef belly was thinly sliced, so every bite was very tender. Honestly, I could have finished 5 plates of this by myself. And everything for tonight cost just under $60. That pretty much wrapped up my time in Guangming, and it completely exceeded my expectations. From the amazing coconut chicken hot pot and beautiful art exhibits to learning about Guangming's history, walking across the iconic Red Bridge, and ending the day with an amazing meal, I got to experience a side of Shenzhen that feels quieter, greener, and full of surprises. If you're looking to explore beyond the city's usual hotspots, I definitely recommend adding Guangming to your itinerary. If you enjoyed this video, check out my previous video exploring Guangzhou, and don't forget to subscribe for more China travel adventures. See you in the next one.